Hey guys, it's the #1 anime gaming and Dragon Ball channel on YouTube. Yes, the name is Perfection, and today we're going to be having a discussion about why there should be more DLC in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And this discussion comes about because there's been several people in the community that I've been made aware of that have this idiotic impression that more DLC in Xenoverse 2 is bad. And I'm saying this because some of my subscribers came towards me and said, hey, SSJ Cabby is saying more DLC is going to be bad. You know, his name wasn't the only one that was thrown up, but there were plenty of others, and I don't naturally watch their content. I avoid them at all costs because they're clickbaity as hell. But people have told me that they've said this guy said more DLC is bad, and again, it is the most idiotic argument that you could have for any game, not just Dragon Ball, but any game. Now let me explain this. There are several positive points to having DLC for a game, especially the kind of DLC that we're getting, because now we're getting true post-game DLC that's being worked on after the fact. It's nothing hidden in the game. This is actual work that the developers are putting in for Xenoverse 2. So what this does, #1, it gives more development time towards Xenoverse 3, because if we don't get new content after a while, we get kind of, anxious. We get a sense of unrest in the community. We're so anxious to get the new content for, Dragon Ball. We want this character, that character, whatever character has debuted in Dragon Ball Super, and we're rushing. In that way, we're kind of rushing the new game, and it will come out with more imperfections. This way, with Xenoverse 2 getting more DLC, especially with DLC Pack 6 getting Jiren, there's not really that much pressure on them to hurry up and release Xenoverse 3, because now we've gotten Jiren and we're sort of like, cool. And if we get Pack 7 and Pack 8, and say we get Toppo and we get other tournament of power fighters like Aniraza, characters like that, we don't have to rush Xenoverse 3. They can really take their time to make this game everything that we want it to be. Another thing that it does is that it keeps the community really active and at a tip-top activity level. If you go a certain amount of time without any fresh content, sure, people are going to play ranked, people are going to play raids, but we need more content to keep us active, chasing something. Either we're chasing a new outfit, we're chasing new equipment, a new skill, whatever it may be, or we're mastering new characters. This keeps the community active, and Xenoverse 2 has been very active. It's very impressive that this game has practically been out for 2 years and it's still very active. I can go into a Xenoverse 2 lobby and see hundreds of people running about, and it's just as active as it was day one. That's very impressive, and that is what more DLC does for Xenoverse 2 and any game really. It brings people back, it keeps people active, it keeps a sense of freshness in your game. So why would you not want a sense of freshness in your game? Not having DLC is not helping, the future game. In fact, it's hurting it. It hurts it in so many ways that you wouldn't be able to see. Now, it makes the development team, and this is another thing, and it's sort of a knock towards the developers, it makes them consider, new content. And what I mean by that is that when Xenoverse 3 was, gonna come out, and let's say we don't get Jiren in Xenoverse 2, what is the easy choice that they're gonna pick to promote Xenoverse 3? Jiren. Now, with us already having Jiren in Xenoverse 2, they're gonna have to step their game up. Of course, if we get Ultra Instinct Goku, what are they going to do for Xenoverse 3 when they need a poster child, when they need a new big character to sell that game? They're going to have to start thinking outside the box. It's not going to be as simple as putting Jiren on the box of Xenoverse 3. It's not going to be as simple as saying, look, we got Ultra Instinct Goku, come buy it, and that's all. It makes them say, okay, we're gonna have to dig a little bit deeper, we're gonna have to think a little bit harder, instead of just tossing out Ultra Instinct Goku or Jiren. Not to say that those are the only characters that we would care about, but let's be honest, those are the main characters. So that now we already have them in Xenoverse 2, they're gonna have to come correct with Xenoverse 3. Maybe we'll get some what if characters. Maybe we'll get something completely original to Xenoverse 3. They're really gonna have to go over the top, out of the box. They're gonna have to bring something big to have us buying Xenoverse 3, and that is what DLC does, you know, with Xenoverse 2, is eliminating their easy options. It's taking everything off the table. You can't just say, oh look, Jiren. Okay, we're gonna say, okay, we already have Jiren in Xenoverse 2. You're gonna have to come better. Oh look, it's, you know, Ultra Instinct Goku. Okay, well, we already have him. That is the positive point to having more DLC. Now, the best thing that DLC, especially for the Xenoverse community, that, you know, it would do for Xenoverse 3, it adds funds for Xenoverse 3. That is another positive point that DLC has, because it gives them more money, more resources, you know, more assets to make Xenoverse 3 the perfect game that we all imagine and want. If we don't support them with DLC, they only get what Namco gives them. They only get what they already have at their fingertips. But if we keep giving them more money, we're gonna, you know, start seeing better things, bigger and better things, not only in Xenoverse 2 but in Xenoverse 3. If you want better servers, if that's your main complaint about Xenoverse 2, support Xenoverse 2 and 3 by giving them more money for good DLC. Now, if you don't like a DLC pack, by all means don't support it. But if they're giving you actual characters, actual outfits, actual content that you want, and you want to see the servers get better, buy the DLC. You might not, and let me be honest with this, if you want to see better netcode and better servers, you might not see it in Xenoverse 2. Maybe they'll tune up the servers, but if you want that better netcode and those better servers in Xenoverse 3, then supporting them with DLC is, you know, the best way to go about it while we're in Xenoverse 2. That's all I'm saying. You gotta, hey, at some point in time, you gotta support them with your wallet. And I'm a person like this. I've always gone against the concept of DLC, but I feel a little bit more comfortable with it now that it's actual post-game DLC, and they're actually having to call the people back, have them work on it, have them make content that we weren't expecting. Now, with Pack 7 and Pack 8, yes, there needs to be a Pack 7 and Pack 8. And if those packs are successful, come out with a Pack 9 and a Pack 10. What I really want them to do with this DLC, I want them to take all the main Tournament of Power characters from each universe. Notice I was making those videos talking about Universe 9 and Universe 11 and Universe 6, all the characters that we would want as DLC. You know, if those universes were made DLC packs, I want them to eliminate the Tournament of Power characters so that they don't roll up with Xenoverse 3 and look like, oh, we have the Tournament of Power arc. Yeah, you can still tell the story, but by the time Xenoverse 3 comes out, let's be honest, the Tournament of Power characters aren't really going to be that hot anymore. I mean, they'll still be cherished characters of the community, but they'll lose their allure. So let's get them now. Like, yeah, take 2 or 3 months at a time to develop the characters. I think one of the biggest characters that I want to see is Ani Raza, and then the Grand Priest, because I'm looking at the Grand Priest and I can see him fighting with like telekinesis or something, like invisible combos. I don't see him getting a staff or a wand or anything. I just see him hitting people with like psychic hand gestures or something. But the point of the video is more DLC is a good thing in this instance. When you spend money on DLC, when it's truly post-game DLC, truly added content that's not locked behind the disc, you are supporting your game, you are supporting your series to get bigger and better things in the future. And be vocal about what you want. If you want better servers and better netcode, tell them, look, we will support you guys, but we expect a better netcode and better servers in the future for Xenoverse 3. I'm not a big believer of them being able to change the netcode of a game that's already released. but I don't think they can change the net code for Xenoverse 2. I think they can improve the servers as much as they can, but for Xenoverse 3, support them with the DLC in Pack 2 so that they can bring the game out with a really good net code. That's all I'm saying. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Of course, I've been your perfect being in the #1 anime, gaming, and Dragon Ball channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to become a true perfectionist. And if you want to support the channel, become a true perfectionist, a Shin perfectionist, by supporting me on Patreon and supporting the channel, you know, and supporting the endeavors of perfection. So with that, I'm gonna leave it there. If you want to, go ahead and join the Discord server. It'll be in a link down below. I want all my perfectionists hanging out with each other and getting to know one another. Dragon Ball fans all alike. With that, I'm going to end the video, and I will see you next time.